The title for our project is Halls Elementary School, Decreasing Disruptive Behavior During Transitions. This project was completed by Sarah, Kayla, Jacqueline, Amy, and Chanel. This is a brief overview of what I will be discussing with you today. So Sarah, Kayla, Jacqueline, Chanel, and Amy all hope to graduate within the next year and sit for the BCBA exam and become a BCBA. Our scenario is pre-kindergarten and kindergarten students at Halls Elementary School are engaging in inappropriate behaviors in the hallways at the beginning of the day, at lunchtime, and at the end of the day when there are multiple classes in the hallway. Staff members report that they run up and down the hallway and on some occasions have been known to run out of the building. Some, but not all, teachers have developed rules regarding hallway behaviors, including walking single file or walking in a double line. Teachers have reported spending a majority of their time during arrival, dismissal, and lunchtime yelling at students about their behaviors and do not have enough staff members to adequately handle the issues at hand. According to the administration, the school does not have appropriate funding available to hire additional staff to help with this dilemma. So this is a brief research background that we used for our project. The first article is Differential Reinforcement of Other Behavior Increases Untargeted Behavior. So this article focuses on the differential reinforcement of other behaviors, which is used to target behavior reduction. All participants responded to the SD with other responses other than the targeted one at least one time. There was an increase in behaviors that were put on extinction. The second article used was the use of video priming to reduce disruptive transition behavior in children with autism. So this study used the multiple baseline across participants method. It used video priming to reduce and eliminate disruptive behavior during transitions. It was hypothesized that if the individual received priming prior to a transition, disruptive behavior would be reduced. The last article is Improving Hallway Behavior Using Positive Behavior Supports. The study evaluated the effectiveness of positive behavior support. This intervention was used in an elementary school, which is similar to our own study. They had a clear understanding of consistent behavior expectations, reinforcement, and grade level assemblies to substantially improve behavior in the hallway. So this is our training methods and materials. For staff training, we are going to use a task analysis in order to train the staff on the implementation of the intervention. So teachers will also have access to the video that we will use to teach the students how to transition appropriately in order to learn how to model the transition to their students correctly. For the students, we are going to use video priming to display what an appropriate hallway transition looks like. During transitions, the teachers will be holding a laminated set of rules to remind the students of the criteria of an appropriate hallway transition, as well as reviewing the hallway rules before each transition. Some of the materials needed to complete the intervention will be a HIPAA-compliant video recorder, a computer to upload and edit the video, a TV projector or smartboard to display the video, a set of rules for teachers to carry during transitions, data collection forms per student, and popcorn and juice boxes for the party, which will be the reinforcement for when they follow the rules. So these are our rules. Teachers and staff are going to carry a rules for the hall visual aid during transition times and will review the rules each time before beginning a transition. So the rules that are put in place are: I will walk with my hands at my side, I will walk facing forward, I will walk with a quiet mouth, I will walk slowly and stay in line. So the visual to the right is an example of the visual aid that the staff will carry during the transitions to remind the students of the appropriate transition. So this is our implementation. It's broken into 3 tiers. For tier 1, staff is going to implement video priming prior to the first transition of the day. So each participant is going to be shown a video of their transition in the hallway and a video of what the transition in the hallway should look like. For tier 2, this is for the learners who had difficulty complying with tier 1. So they are going to have an additional support by viewing the video of the transitions prior to every transition instead of just the first transition like in tier 1. And in tier 3, this is for the learners who had difficulty complying with tier 1 and tier 2. So these learners will be in a smaller population, so it's going to be more individualized and personalized to them. This involves all the learners who engage in higher rates of disruptive behaviors. So they're going to carry a DRO board with a timer that will require them to follow a predetermined set of rules. So these are example materials that will be used. So of course we're going to need a video recorder for the video priming, but we're also going to need a DRO board for tier 3. So this is an example of a DRO board. It's going to have individualized rules per the learner. So I will walk with my hands in my pockets. I will not run. I will not yell. Is just an example. And they will have a timer set for a designated time. Once the timer rings, they will be given a small piece of a highly preferred edible as their reinforcement during the transition. This is a transition example that we will watch. As you can see in the video, the learners were walking in a single file line with their hands at their sides while walking in the hallway. They also stayed inside a taped boundary, which kept it very organized and flowing. So how will problem behavior be decreased during transitions in the hallway? We chose to implement this intervention based on research studies that have proven to be effective in increasing appropriate hallway behavior. Implementing school-wide positive behavior supports throughout the whole school will hold every staff member and learner accountable for their behaviors. A reward will be in place for all students at the end of the school day when all rules are followed. So this will be a popcorn and movie afternoon. Thus, students and staff will be more motivated to follow the rules without additional supports or prompts in a natural manner. Putting a DRO in place will allow for a more individualized goal during transitions for learners. This will be a way to remind the learners of their rules while transitioning. Once a learner follows their rules, they will receive a small piece of highly preferred edible as a reinforcer, like I stated before. Using video priming as part of the intervention models an appropriate transition for all learners. This shows them what is expected of them during the entire transition. So this is our final thoughts. The use of school-wide positive behavior supports, differential reinforcement of other behaviors, and video priming as an intervention at Halls Elementary School will facilitate in decreasing disruptive behavior during transitions in the hallways at the beginning of the day, during lunchtime, and at the end of the day. The overall goal of this intervention is to allow for hallway transitions to occur appropriately and naturally, school-wide, by gradually fading out each procedure. And these are our references. Thank you.